I am a Latina, but show and tell. But I must say that I became a thespian because of you and Peggy Shaw. They turned me into a thespian. I think of Carmelita a little bit, you know, like a combination of three women. One was my grandmother, Mima. You know, she was always called Mima because she didn't want to be a grandmother because grandmother too old. Mima, and and she was really a coquette. So I love that kind of coquette. My mother, who is so funny, she's funnier than I am, and my sister, who is fierce, who has no pelos en la lengua. That means you don't have hairs in your tongue. She's gonna talk about everything. I started performing in the 1980s at WOW, and I have done shows. I am Miss Gloria Side Birigüí, famous nightclub entertainer, superintendent, and performance artist. And also, you know, I am very good with the tongue. I know many languages. I've gone, you know, all over the world. Kunst is one of my favorite subjects. Kunst, for those of you who don't know, is German for art. And I started doing a lot of Kunst at WOW. And one of them is, you know, Memories of the Revolution, Memorias de la Revolución, Chicas 2000, Carnaval, Candela, with what ass. Those are my thespian shows. And also, Con qué culo se sienta la cucaracha, with what ass does a cockroach sit. That's another piece. I perform a lot, and I have collaborated a lot with my two collaborators, Uzi Parnes, a man, and Ella Troyano, a biological woman, both queer. They actually help me with the outfits, because I think the outfits are what makes me who I am. And I'm a feminist, feminine, with a lipstick on the hand in one hand and a machine gun in the other. Yeah. And you gotta use them both in different times. And make sure you don't shoot yourself with the other. One of my muses that I've done, I did a little piece, well, I've done pieces of, and I still wanna do. It's like somebody who can't let go. So I know that it's gonna be a piece, a longer piece. There is none other than Sor Juana. For those of you who don't know, she's a 17th century nun. And she was amazing. When women were not writing, this woman was writing. And she wrote the most beautiful love poems. She wrote them to the Vicereine, and the Vicereine was one of the Spanish court ladies who, you know, was also her patron. She was able to write and be published at a time when women only wrote, if they wrote, they only wrote works that were, you know, having to do with the church. This woman wrote, you know, and she was a nun. She was an amazing, you know, writer of like dirty lyrics. You know, it was like both, you know, beautiful, you know, music, you know, for the church, and just the low, you know, really, you know, give me that penacho de Camacho, you know, totally amazing. So sometimes when I've been performing and I'm really Carmelita, you know, I've done shows where people heckle me, or have, you know, like one of the first shows where, you know, it was a contest, you know, where I was the only female born, you know, that was in the audience. Everybody else was like gay boys, you know, in drag. And I remember like being, you know, it's kind of like a possession, you're possessed. And they started yelling. The moment I came out, I had a really thick accent, and I go, hello people, and they all go, bitch, spick. I mean, they were really cutthroat. But Carmelita came out, I was like, what are you talking about, you dirty little, you know, and I gave it back to them. So then the audience was with me. You know, so there are those moments when, if you're really, even when you're writing, it's the same thing as writing, and all of a sudden it's when you hear your character speak, and you're kind of going like, ooh.